Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of James Bond Bitcoin Live 00115 or 00115. Hashtag Kamehameha. Well, that's my impersonation of Goku here. Sorry for that if that was too loud. Hashtag Kamehameha. Anyways, oh goodness, what a day. All right. So yesterday it didn't go to 9,000 when I was live, but it did go to 9,000 today. And I'm not sure what it is now. I think it's around 96, 97. We'll see if it actually goes up to 10,000 during my live stream. Let's find out. All right. Excellent. Let me go in the notes section here and see what's in the notes section before I get on to the show here. In the notes section, I have bond trading view. Bond Trading View, a list of top 55 coins and tokens compared to Bitcoin percentage and all-time high. Flagged for shorts. Remember, my Bond Trading View is meant to help all those people out there who have altcoins to make as much Bitcoin as you can. All right. And news article here from Bitcoinist. 10,000 or 110,000. Three things you don't know about Bitcoin prices. Interesting. That'll be fun to go over. And then the rest of the note section in this particular partition is our links of aggregated news aggregators. So Coinspectator, real-time cryptocurrency news aggregator. I'll be showing you that. It's really important to keep up to date on news as they come in because you got to stay up to date. I mean, this is becoming almost like a full-time job just to keep up to date what's going on, especially with all the hard forks. And in an age of information, information is key. When you get it, how fast you get it, and what you know. So very important. Another one is CryptoPanic is a news aggregator platform indicating impact on price and market for traders and cryptocurrency enthusiasts. And then another news aggregator called Cryptokings. All right. And also in the notes section, there is a link to a video to a YouTuber. His name, he goes by the name of the Crypto Type. Used to formerly Bitcoin, but those of you who already know him, you know who he is. He's been doing YouTube videos for a very long time about Bitcoin. He does a follow-up video about his Bitcoin Gold hijack, his Bitcoin Gold, my BTG wallet hack. So he talks about that, and there's also a link to the Bitcoin update about the stolen funds. So Bitcoin Gold, it takes you directly to the bitcoingold.org site. It's a PDF file. I'm not going to really go there. I think I'll read a little bit off of it, but I'm not going to go there just in case the site itself, the website itself may have some virus. All right, and next in the note section, underneath that, there's a partition section here. These are all the, well, fake forks, potential forks, already forked coins of Bitcoin. I put them in there just for your benefit. Bitcoin Silver, which I think is not going to happen. We're pretty close to end of this November, so if it hasn't happened already, it probably won't happen. So I'll get rid of that soon. I have the "It's time to stop" meme because it's time to stop with all these forks. Bitcoin Platinum, which is probably a joke, but I had to put it in there just in case because you never know. Memes are very powerful. And then Bitcoin Uranium, which is supposed to happen end of December. the 31st, if the misspelling of the 31st. Anyways, and then I have Bitcoin Cash. I'm sorry, Bitcoin Cash Plus, which is supposed to happen in January. Bitcoin Classic, which is technically already a fork, but it's a continuation of a fork. Go figure. So that's already happening. It's a question of how can you get your Bitcoin Classic, and if any wallets are going to support it, if any exchanges are going to support it, and if it's going to really have any market value. So far, it just seems to be a troll, Bitcoin Classic, for the most part. And then there's SegWit 2x, which is the fake SegWit 2x. The original SegWit 2x never initiated the hard fork, off by one error, of course. But the fake SegWit 2x did continue the hard fork on the original block height with a different algorithm. Supposedly, they've taken a snapshot. Again, a question of which wallet's going to support this and which exchange is going to support this, and if there's really going to be any marketplace. And then Bitcoin, or Super Bitcoin, I think I've seen it. Maybe I'll go over it today because I just totally forgot. There's so many things. There's so many forks. I just keep losing track. And then there's Bitcoin Diamond, BID ticker symbol, supposed to be BID ticker symbol. That is the Bitcoin Diamond that is a proof of work and proof of stake with like 4 billion tokens. That is different than Bitcoin Diamond, BCD, which recently happened. They both recently happened. Bitcoin Diamond, BID, happened on the 22nd, November 22nd. Bitcoin Diamond, BCD, happened on November 24th. So the Bitcoin Diamond, BCD, did hard fork November 24th at a certain block height, and that's the coin that you're supposed to get 10 to 1. So 1 Bitcoin, you get 10 Bitcoin Diamond. And there is a futures market. There seems to be some trading. Question is there anybody actually going to support this on a wallet? Is there a source code, and will anybody launch the mainnet? Because so far, no, I don't know anybody's really mining any of this stuff. And then there's a link to list of airdrops, last updated, last time I checked, October 29th. But it does update every day. CryptoCree.com/airdrop. For those of you who like getting free money falling from the sky. And then underneath that, in the notes section, I have another partition. These are websites that may be helpful, informational. SegWit charts, if you want to know what the SegWit adoption or transaction rates are. Coin Codex, listing platform, very similar to CoinMarketCap. Live Coin Watch, another listing platform. CoinGecko, another listing platform. CoinGecko has something unique. They actually will show an index of developer participation as well as user participation. So when you see these new coins come out, or there's a coin that you don't know about, well, go check out the developer participation. See if there's any developer participation, and see if there's any community participation. There's metrics. It's based on, I guess, GitHub and how many commits for the developer participation. And the community participation is basically based on Reddit, Twitter, whatever else they measure these things on. And then also BitInfo charts. That's another listing platform. It's typically somewhat user unfriendly. I guess it depends your point of view. But the tools on it is very useful. It does provide like hashing rate, block times, transactions. You can compare them against different cryptocurrencies, and you'll realize which ones are really being used and which ones are not. So good information. Also, Joho's mempool statistics. if you're a Bitcoin user like I am, you probably want to know what fee you should use to get your transaction into the next block, the cheapest fee that you can use, that you can tolerate, as far as how long it takes to get into the block. Also, Solum.io, which is another listing platform, but very different. It measures social volume. It measures the social media volume. I think right now it's measuring Reddit and Twitter, and it compares that with the price. So you get an idea of what coins are being pumped. And then, of course, when you see a negative social volume, no one's talking about it. That's probably because they've already dumped it or starting to dump it, trying to get you to buy in. And then I have Transaction Accelerator, which I don't think it's a problem right now, but it's there if you need it. And then Bitcoin Cash hash rate historical chart 6 months. So if you look at the hashing power of the network, it should be going up all the time. Question is, are they going to jump from Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin back and forth because they share the same proof of work algorithm, which is the SHA-256 algorithm? So ideally, if you add the two together, they should always be increasing. If there's a decrease in one or the other, or the total amount, then I'll be worried. All right, next in the notes section, partitioned underneath that, is can Bitcoin be replaced via multiple hard forks? James Bond interview on Crush the Street, published November 9th, interviewed November 7th. Go ahead and listen to that interview. I say some very interesting things. And also, collecting your free Bitcoin gold with Coinami takes you to the support site, tells you the many ways you can split your Bitcoins with using Coinami wallet, import your recovery seed, mnemonic seed, or even sweep private keys. And Coinami so far has worked for me. I haven't been hacked from my Bitcoins, so I think it's safe to use. I also made a video about it, how to split Bitcoin gold, BTG01, just in case you just want to watch the video. It's about 8 minutes, so it's a little bit easier just sitting and watching a video than trying to read about it. And if you don't trust the Coinami wallet or any wallet, you can use the Coinami mnemonic code converter or the Coinami recovery phrase tool. You can use that offline. It will generate a wallet or recover a wallet, and it has all the coins, for you. And so it's almost like splitting the coins, just like on your Coinami wallet, except you're doing it on a through the mnemonic code converter. And if you just select Bitcoin Gold, it'll generate and populate all the addresses in the private key. So you can do it that way. You can do it all offline, and then all you have to do is just sweep your private key or sweep the Bitcoin Gold. You still need a wallet, but just for people who want to experiment. And then I have a link to Bitcoin Gold. Now, if you watched this video and you had to watch an advertisement trying to convince you that BitConnect is the greatest thing since sliced bread, you might want to read this article. And matter of fact, you might want to read all these articles. Why has ICO Index labeled BitConnect as an outright fraud? Notice regarding high yield coins on top of BitConnect. What is BitConnect and why have we decided to distance ourselves from it? And just to top it off, there's a video where I interviewed 3 BitConnect users. James Bond Bitcoin Live 0017. 2 of them rage quit. 1 of them was stupid enough to stick around to let you know where you can find them. The 4th guest was just a regular guest, not involved in BitConnect, and even he can tell that BitConnect is a Ponzi. And I believe Ozzy the BS filter made a special appearance. Didn't say much, just came and went. Now, the last part of the partition note section is it's over 9,000 Bitcoin video, where you got Vegeta, Goku, and someone else the Dragon Ball Z meme. Fun to watch. Fun to watch. And there's another one, Bitcoin over 9,000, extended, lulls edition. So both of those are in the notes section. If you haven't had a chance to see them, there they are. And then hashtag yes2x82. Yes, I'm still going with the hashtag yes2x82, labeling, naming my memes that, because it did happen. You actually got SegWit 2x. Go figure. And that's the meme you're looking at. Not much to say other than 9,000. And then Bitcoin gold, or I'm sorry, pot of gold. I have a link to pot of gold and the donational address to the Bitcoin pot of gold. That's where I get you, yes, you, to donate into the pot of gold for somebody, some lucky winner who's smart enough to extract the private key and sweep it. Lucky winner. Anyways, that's it for the note section. Let's see who's all in the live stream now. I had M. Rocky. M. Rocky was here first. Thanks for stopping by in the live chat. You say you're usually at work. I'm glad you can make it. DD8209, welcome. You say I should get that 10,000 screensaver ready. I think you missed the boat on the 9. Well, you know, I know we're pretty close. And yesterday, you know, if it's not 9,000, I can't just make a meme or do a video saying it's 9,000. That's ridiculous. It has to be 9,000 in order to make a meme. So my shows are pretty late at night. And Andre Barnwell, how you doing? Brian, welcome back. Oh, it did. Did it make all-time highs yet? It's 10K already. Gosh, wouldn't you know it? I might have to do. I might have to make another meme live here with you while I'm streaming. Probably have to replace it. Let's see here. 21 million club. It's 10K already. Jeez. I'm so old. I'm such an old news. Let's see. What does the power meter say? Oh, goodness. Marty Wilkinson, welcome to the live chat. Fud Machine, how you doing? And Beauty Bubble, welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the live chat. So let's get going with the meme. Looks like my meme is old. Is it already old? Am I going to have to check the price? I might have to check the price already. Oh, goodness. Well, let me just go on with the meme. 9,000. Of course, everybody knows this meme. Everybody knows this meme. You've seen it all day. I guess you could say we're getting ready. We're literally getting ready. And here comes the Dragon Ball, all right? It's just hitting us right now. So let's just skip this meme. And I guess I'm going to have to make a meme while we're on live, going on live stream. Let's see. Well, I go by Bitstamp price. Okay, so that's the thing. So let's just go. Oh, wait. Let's just go on to the next thing here. The Bitcoin pot of gold. Here it is, Bitcoin pot of gold, the QR code on the left with the arrow, within the arrow pointing to the Bitcoin pot of gold. That is the donational address. If you have your wallet with you on your smartphone or if on the computer, the address is also in the notes section. It's the SegWit address. Go ahead and scan that QR code and push send all and high priority and then send. And we'll appreciate your donation. I think it's $81. It may be more now. It's probably like 85, maybe 90. I just need someone to donate into it. And I can give the 8th clue to the 8th word of the 24-word mnemonic seed. And that's one way of trying to win the Bitcoin pot of gold. The other way is the QR code on the right. That is the encrypted private key to the SegWit address. You have to basically figure out the password, which will give you the private key. But even then, unless you have a SegWit wallet, you probably have to figure out how to use the private key with a SegWit address Either use a SegWit sender of some kind, and then you can send out and sweep the Bitcoins. And then the QR code on the bottom there is basically yellow fever for you, his channel. If you take a regular QR code scanner or barcode scanner, it'll take you to his channel because he's the one that gave me this idea. So thank you, yellow fever, for you. All right, let's go on to the next one here. All right, so this is in the notes section here. I've updated it today. You'll see that this is the James Bond trading view here. James Bond trading view. This view created by James Bond Bitcoin Live. List of top 55 coins and tokens compared to Bitcoin percentage and all-time high, flagged for shorts. So basically, I'm trying to convince you, if you're an altcoin trader, to dump your altcoins to get as much Bitcoin as you can. And the flagged assets are right here, as you can see. And they're in order from high priority to low priority on the bottom. And their high priority is because they're most likely to produce or give you the most amount of Bitcoin at this time or in the near future. And they move around and they increase depending on what happens with the market. So I did this about maybe half an hour before the show started. So I don't know what it is now, but it is there for you to see. Igor Goldobon or Igor Goldobin. Are we hitting all-time high? A 9 and then a 13 count. You must be talking about the tone vase indicator. Anyways, I'll be going over this later on, but it is there in the notes section if you want to use this, because after all, I'm just here to help you make more Bitcoins. Probably there's a good chance if you're an altcoin trader, you've already lost a lot of Bitcoins. I'm just trying to help you lose less of your Bitcoin. So let's go on to the next section here. All right, so here it is, 10,000 or 110,000. 3 things you don't know about Bitcoin price. Let's see, it looks like the Bitcoin price is still at 95 something, but we'll check it out. Let's scroll down and take a look at this. What are the 3 things that we don't know about Bitcoin prices? Well, let's figure out what it is here. Topping expectations. Okay. Well, here's a, oh, interesting. Here's a tweet by Parabolic Trav. Let's see what it says here. It says, I've been charting parabolic trends for a long time. I use curved lines and not linear lines because linear lines are for non-exponential trends. When I draw the trajectory of Bitcoin intersecting all tops and all bottoms, this is what I get. And that looks very interesting. Looks like he's almost using a logarithmic chart, and that, I guess you could say, for exponential trends, that's good. That may be true. How true is this trend? I don't know. I have my projections. I think the projection is it's going to go to 100,000 supposedly. I don't have a problem with that. How realistic is it? It could be realistic. I've heard that Coinbase was making institutional investors, or was having a custodial, some kind of custodial platform where it's, I haven't read it, I've just heard about it, $100,000 in fees, and they have to buy $10 million worth of Bitcoin. Now, Coinbase doesn't have that much Bitcoin. And considering there's a very likelihood, a high concentration of billionaires in America, you know, there's not enough Bitcoins to fulfill all the orders for all the billionaires of this entire planet. They're just not enough because there's only 21 million. So a couple things has to happen. Either not every billionaire is going to have any Bitcoin or won't be able to get any Bitcoin, or the price of Bitcoin will have to skyrocket to the point where a billionaire can only afford a fractional amount of Bitcoin. So I'm a little skeptical about that program. I haven't done my research into it. I don't know if they're able to actually extract the Bitcoin. Like if they're able to go on this like Coinbase custodial account and they're able to buy up the Bitcoin and then pull it out of Coinbase. Um, I don't know. I have to research into it. My suspicion is they probably aren't allowed to do that. What they're probably allowed to do is buy up X amount of Bitcoins on the platform, and then they can cash out anytime. But they have to cash out through the platform. So they're not really holding any Bitcoins per se. It just may be a number on a computer screen that they're looking at, and then they can cash out. Igor Goldabon, you say you think Bitcoin will just touch 10,000 and a big correction will happen, then BCH will have a perfect opportunity to jump again. What do I think? Um, I think there's probably going to be an opportunity for Bitcoin Cash users to try to play on that. They'll probably try to dump. It makes sense, you know. They'll dump on Bitcoin and then probably put that into Bitcoin Cash, making it look like it's rising up in value. But you know that scenario has been played out so many times. It just doesn't work. The price of Bitcoin just keeps going up and up and up and up. Will the price go down? Will there be a correction? I do think so. I do think there will be a correction at some point. I think profits will be taken. People will want to cash out of their Bitcoin. But I don't think it's going to lead to a downtrend because my short-term uh, target price is 10,000. My long-term is right now at 21,000. Once we reach those prices, then I can get a better idea of some future target prices. So we have to get to 10,000 before we can get to 21,000, of course. Hello, Carlos. Carlos, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. And Q Burrow, welcome to the chat. And Free Skill Share Media, welcome to the chat. So I think this guy's using a logarithmic chart, and yeah, that's for exponential growth. So could it be possible? Yes, but considering, well, I guess Bitcoin's never been charted or used as a chart in this way. You know, there's only 21 million, so being exponential could make sense as more people come in. But I prefer my linear chart, and I think most traders trade using linear charts. But if people want to experiment, I'll try using logarithmic chart today. Of course, I'll go over my the fees. I'll go to mempool, and then I'll do a Bitcoin chart analysis. So I'll go over all that, plus the bond trading view. I'll go over that as well. Kind of see what good altcoins to dump to get the most amount of Bitcoin. Let me see. So is Bitcoin parabolic? Well, you know, if we look at the history of Bitcoin, it does seem that way. But if you look at it in a chart overall, there's really nothing parabolic. It's like you scale into it, and then you could. It looks like, you know, it looks like it's more fractal than it is, you know, exponential or parabolic. It seems like it's parabolic, but again, you know, when you deal with space and time and price, it'll look different for everybody. Let's see, what is the next thing here? Bitcoin is the 10,000 currency unit. So here's a tweet from Bitcoin Bullet. It says, while international investors still waiting for 10,000, India, or Indian, I guess they're talking about India, Indian Bitcoin prices are already above $10,800. 7 million. I don't even know what Indian money. I don't even know how to say Indian money. Is that the INRA? Anyways, so if this is Indian money, oh, so that's 7 million. That's $7 million or 7 million Indian money, and that translates to 10,800. Um, I don't, you got to be careful because when you convert to different foreign currencies, they may be higher because maybe their currency is inflationary, and so of course they're going to be higher, and of course there may be a lack of supply in certain areas and higher demand. But again, I keep saying this: unless you are in India or you have some kind of Indian currency in which you're doing a currency trade, this doesn't mean anything. I mean, if I was going to buy Bitcoin, I'm not going to use Indian money to price out, you know, my purchase in US dollars, right? I'm not, if someone comes up to me and says, I want to use the Indian price and that equals to 10,800, I'll tell that guy, take a hike. I'm using Bitstamp. And if you don't like it, go find somebody else. And I think they're going to have a hard time finding anybody. Rupee. Okay, that's what it's called, a rupee. Let me see, INR. I don't know if that's a rupee, but if that's what it is, man, that's a lot of rupees. So is Bitcoin going to be next 10,000? It almost is. It's almost at 9,000. I mean, and then here's a list. Here's a list of the value of each currency on December 2016. Looks like here's a tweet. It says Bitcoin now in the top 300 currencies in the world. I think it's top 30 currencies in the world. I think it's higher than that. It's got to be. I think it's got to be higher than that. So it's got to be higher than that. I'm pretty sure it is. So Bitcoin is a top 30 world currency. That is amazing. So if you have a Bitcoin, you're getting richer slowly and surely. Maybe you can become a country with enough Bitcoins. Like you could just become a country, right? Who knows? So 3 things that you didn't know about Bitcoin. There you go. Let's see what else. That's it. Very interesting. I didn't know that. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be definitely fun to watch. So good article from Bitcoinist. This is in the notes section. Go ahead and read it. It's good entertainment. INR equals Indian rupee. Okay. Well, I've never been to India, and I'm not sure if I ever plan on going, but if I do, it's good to know when I do some currency trades. All right, so here is Coinspectator. Oh, it looks like we got 2 news stories. I wonder what they are. So, when you trade or when you get into this space, man, news, getting information and news is kind of critical. So getting like up-to-date information makes a big difference. So, I'm sure that's why all of you here are watching YouTube channels. I go surf the internet. I live and breathe internet. It looks like it says the recent news, 24 minutes. Bitcoin price, it says right here. Bitcoin price soars past $9,700. All right, that's from DCEbrief.com. So if you're interested in getting a news aggregator or getting news feeds, This is probably one of the websites that you might want to frequent as well. And let me see, the other one is CryptoPanic. And here again, you see news feeds here. Let's see what is going on. D-Zone. Let's refresh it. This is the one I might have to refresh. All right, let's see. Here it is. Looks like this is the most recent. It says, "Can fund requests change the future of open source project?" I don't know. Here's the Bitcoin price right here. Here's a you got prices of different coins, and it says right here Bitcoin price is 2720. I'm sorry, 9,720. Awesome. All right. So we're getting closer. Let's see what's the other news here. Finally overtook him, dropping some whatever now. Let's try to keep that guy in the rear view mirror. I don't know what this is, Satoshi Light. Let's see. It took 8 years for the cryptocurrency market cap to reach $200 billion. It only took 24 days to get from there to $300 billion. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That looks like it's coming from our cryptocurrency. So it looks for news. It goes over the, looks like Reddit forums. Where else? Interesting. So this may be another site that you may want to go to and get some good news feed and information. This is all in the notes section. These are all in the next. This is CryptoPanic. So this is CryptoPanic, and I think the other one was, what's the other one? Coinspectator. So coinspectator.com, and then this one's a cryptopanic.com. All in the notes section here. So very good. And I think there's one more. Let's see here. There you go. Crypto Kings. Let's refresh this. See what's coming up. Let's see what this one's showing. There is a price here. This is Bitcoin USD 9,680. Of course, there's different prices. Bitcoin has different prices all over the place. All right, so let's see what news it is here. So they have different rows. They have Bitcoin here. Let me show you the price. There we go. It looks like it's live streaming. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and then just general crypto news. So let's have a look at the top here. There is a link. Yeah, so just a link gives you the date. Why I just sold half my Bitcoin. Why? Why would someone do that? That's crazy. Let's see. Let's read the second thing right here. Bitcoin cracks 9,600 just hours after breaking 9,000 level. Okay. Let's how about this one? It says Bitcoin will be safe haven during next stock market crash, experts say. All right. Okay. There's some Ethereum news. There's some Bitcoin Cash news. There's other top cryptocurrency news. Okay. So this is another site that you can go to if you're interested in just getting, when you trade Bitcoin, you just got to live and breathe it. So there you go. And then let's see what else is on here. Oh, we're back to the meme. So, all right. So I'm just going to go over the. Let's go over some of these things here. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go over the OC on-chain FX. OCFX here. Going to go to the James Bond trading view, and let's take a look at my first coin that's probably going to offer you the most potential for your Bitcoin. So this is right here, the flagged assets. Use my proprietary formula trading bot. I don't have a trading bot, but I did use a proprietary formula in how to get these altcoins here and why I choose them. Let's switch them over to Bitcoin value. And there you go. There's the Bitcoin value. And if you notice, some of them they've increased in Bitcoin value. So they moved up to the top. EOS moved from the bottom yesterday to the top. Uh, Let me see. Cardo, I believe it's Cardo. ADA is a new one. Decred, kind of the same, but it has increased in Bitcoin value. Salt is a new one. Um, Ardor moved up a little bit. What is this thing called? Oh my God, I don't know. KNC, that's a new one. Dash has moved down. Populous has moved down. Vertcoin, Syscoin, I think they moved down. Ethereum has moved down. And Monero has moved down almost to the bottom. And so let's take a look at, see here, coin market cap here. This thing here. All right, so XML. XML is stellar. XML is stellar. So, all right, let's get rid of some of these here. So let's see what the price is on coin market cap for Bitcoin. Wow, we're in the $300 billion market cap. Of course, it helps to add all these fork coins onto the list. So I mean, if you look at Bitcoin Gold, it added like 6 billion, and so and some of these altcoins have gone up as well. So geez, looks like it's $9,696 on Coin Market Cap for price of Bitcoin. So not quite yet, almost. Let's see, Bitcoin Gold, it's 380. Let's see, what is Bitcoin Diamond, BCD? There you go. Let's check out BCD futures since we're on the Coin Market Cap. Oh, oh man, Bitcoin Diamond just dumped. It was like 80 some odd dollars. Now it's dumped. Whoa! Look at that. Wow. It dumped. Yesterday was like 80 something. It was like 80. Yeah, what was it? Like 80 something dollars? I think it was like 84, $86. And then it dumped. So what is it worth now? $67? I guess that's what it was. Anyways, it doesn't matter since no one can actually get their Bitcoin Diamond. But let's see, what is it? XML. So let's go to XML, which is stellar. XLM. XLM, sorry about that. Stellar lumens. Stellar lumens at 5 cents. Oh goodness, 518 satoshis right now. Oh geez, it's typical. This is a typical altcoin graph that you're seeing. My God, if back in 2015 was the best time to cash out, you would have gotten 4,317 or even more. Hold on, 4,800 satoshis. Another time to cash out would have been right about here, which you would have gotten 56. Or I'm sorry. Hold on, did I read this right? That's cents. I'm sorry. That's cents. That's you would have gotten 20. 2,300 satoshis, so 2,332 satoshis back on January 2015. That was one of the best times, and ever since then, you're just, gosh, look at this. Gets worse. Now let's see what the recent. This is probably the summer price. Just trying to get the. All right, let's see. Right, oh, just moved it. Can't get it up on the top. Oh, it's killing me. All right, that's about as close as I can get here. Let's see, 2,715 satoshis. That was what, May 2017. That was probably the most you were going to get. Let's see what it is now. So it's literally 515 satoshis right now, but the price is moving higher. Oh my goodness, price is moving higher. It's actually barely 5 cents. So just this is probably one of the coins that you probably want to start looking for as an exit to get as much Bitcoin as you can. Price is going up higher, Bitcoin value is going down. Does that make sense? It doesn't. Just because this is another example how, is it really worth to trade an altcoin? No, not really, in my opinion. Okay, so after that, EOS. EOS is making a killing now on Bitcoin value. So let's take a look at EOS. I've been looking at that for a while and moving around on my list. All right, so here it is. All right, so here is, let's take a look at it. Right now it's up 25% for the day, I guess, in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin value, it's up 15%. Ethereum value is up 18. So I know this is a Ethereum platform. So let's take a look at the chart. And even though it is spiked up, it's barely moved in Bitcoin value because Bitcoin has moved up even more. It just doesn't really pay to be in an altcoin or in a token. Yeah, if you just look at this, Bitcoin's going up so much that it doesn't. You're just losing out. You're just losing out on. I keep saying this. You lose out on a lost opportunity to make even more money. But I don't know. Some people love EOS for some reason. When I look at the data here, when I look at this chart, yes, you made money. Yes, you made money, but you missed out on making even more money by trying to just hold on to your Bitcoin. So there's one. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Cardo, I think this is Cardo, ADA, Cardo. That's the third one on my list here. So let's take a look at that. ADA. Cardano, I'm sorry, it's Cardano. And yesterday that was really, that was popping in the Salome.io website. That was popping really hard. It's been popping almost a couple days. There's a lot of social engineering going on. What's up, Patrick? How you doing? Welcome back. So let's see what it's 434 Satoshis, 26% gain in Satoshis, 36% gain in fiat currency against the US dollar. Let's see what the chart looks like. Well, this looks not too bad. This looks promising. Although looks like in October you would have probably made a lot more. Let me see what the price is here. It was at 37 cents. It wasn't as much as it was now. So currently it has hit an all-time high, but the Bitcoin value was 667 Satoshis, and current value is a little bit less. Yeah, it's a little bit less, but it looks like this is probably it's looks like it's hitting a peak. So you may want to look for an exit strategy on this one as well to extract as much Bitcoin as you can right now. Because if you look at this, you're not going to get any more Bitcoin, even though the price is going up. So if you look at the green line here, you can see the green line is trending slowly up, slowly. But if you look at the orange line, which is Bitcoin, it is, from the left side, it's higher, and when the right side, it's lower, losing Bitcoin. And if you're losing Bitcoin, guess what? You're you're losing an opportunity to make more money. So, anyways, there's a chart. I mean, if you look at the data, the price is going up, but the Bitcoin price is going down. So, uh, I'm pretty, I'm a little biased though. Some people say I'm a Bitcoin maximalist, but my experience is that you would have made more money if you just had Bitcoin. Next one, Decred. Decred has gone up quite a bit. It's made a 24% Bitcoin value gain. So let's take a look at Decred. Decred was kind of on top of my list. It's gone down a little bit, but it's still worth DRC, I think. DRC, DCR, yeah, DCR, Decred. Well, Fun Machine, I'm not trying. Well, I'm always trying to convince people to sell their altcoins and get back into Bitcoin, or just get into Bitcoin, because you are losing, in my opinion, you are losing money. You're losing an opportunity to make more money. Now, you may have made money on these altcoins, which may be true, but if you come to me, if anybody comes to me and asks me, should I sell my altcoin to get into Bitcoin, I will always say yes, because I believe that you would have made more money with your Bitcoin than with your altcoin. And plus, there's a bigger liquidity with Bitcoin outside of the exchanges. So you can actually cash out of your Bitcoin more easily than any of these altcoins, because these altcoins have no peer-to-peer market. And so let's have a look here. It's up 32% on the US dollar, up 22% on Bitcoin. So what is it on Bitcoin here? So 682,000 Satoshis. So that's not bad. It's pretty decent. And then, whoa, look at that chart. Look at that chart. But if you look at, again, the orange is Bitcoin value. It's peaked out like whatever, right around here. It's peaked out right here. But yet the price of is going up. But it's not good when you see when you can put this chart in side by side, that the value of Bitcoin is going down, but your Decred price is going up. What does that mean? That means Bitcoin has outperformed this altcoin. Okay, when you look at this, that's what I see. And so when I look at this, um, you would have made more. You would have made more at any point in time. It would have taken a while. It did take a while. At some point before, Decred was performing better than Bitcoin at some point in time. That's true. But right now, no matter how high Decred has to go like 1,000x to catch up to Bitcoin. Like literally, it has to go. It has to be like 1,000. Whatever. What's the price right now? What? I'm sorry. 65 dollars. 1,000. 1,000x. Well, that would put it up to like $60,000. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's true. Decred would have to go, or at least $6,000 to catch up to Bitcoin to pair 1-to-1. So if you bought into Decred during the summer, you've lost money. You've lost an opportunity to make even more money. So, but I'm just trying to show you this chart here, and just look for an exit, because I don't think it's going to go up all the time like this. And if you took on an opportunity to buy Bitcoin, you would have made some money. Let's go on to the next one here. So that was Decred. Salt is new on my list. So I sold my FUD machine. You said you sold your Decred last week. Man, you sold it too early. So Salt is on my list here. That's a lending platform. I guess you wanted to know something about that. I don't know about. I think it was already an ICO, but it's a lending platform from what I understand. So that is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5th on my list. Remember, this is a list of flagged assets that for shorting to get more Bitcoin. That's the whole point of this, is to help all of you get more Bitcoin. Salt. So Salt has gone up 11%. Bitcoin value 2.8%. Ethereum value 5.2%. So this is probably an Ethereum ERC20 token. Let's take a look at it. Okay, let's see here. Again, the orange line is Bitcoin value, and it's been going down, as the price has actually been going down as well. So looks like you would have gotten the most Bitcoin value as soon as this thing came out into existence. And then after that, maybe a second pump, and then shortly after that, it's been going downhill. So it looks like it's kind of been rising just a little bit, like right about here. Right about here, you can see that it's moving. Like this kind of bottomed out right here, but still, if you look at it, the price of Bitcoin has been moving up so much that even if Salt, the token, goes up in value, it's you're not gonna get any more Bitcoin, or it looks like you're not getting any more Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's going up much more. So yeah, so just this is on my list here because I used my whatever formula that I used, and it just popped up on my list of tokens, cryptocurrency tokens to short, to get as much Bitcoin value as you can get. So just have an exit strategy for this one. All right, so next one is Ardor. Ardor actually moved up. It was kind of down on my list. Now it's moved up on my list here. So let's take a look. Ardor, A-D-R. A-R-D. A-R-D-R. Ardor. So it's gone up. It's 28% against the dollar. 18% against Bitcoin, and then apparently it's also priced to as Next. It must be a Next platform if it's priced against NXT. So 1.83 NXT. So it's down 14% on Next, on the NXT platform. So let's take a look at it here real quick. So maybe the reason it's up is because Next went down. Now I don't own any of these tokens. I don't own any of these cryptocurrencies. The only thing I own is Bitcoin. So, but yeah, look at this. We've looked at this before, and if you look at the graph, look at the price spike up as much as it did. But if you look at the orange line, it barely moves, and the reason is because Bitcoin moved just as high. And remember, the only reason why these tokens move up in value is because probably some greater fool bought into it. But not only do they buy into it, but also no one's selling. Everyone's a bag holder. And it doesn't take much to move an altcoin price up. You just don't sell your altcoin. Just be a bag holder. But at some point, in order to use this altcoin, you're going to have to sell it. And you're going to have to sell it and buy Bitcoin. So while it's going up, try to get as much Bitcoin as you can, because the whole point of this is to make more money, and don't miss out on the opportunity by not having Bitcoin. Hey, dual overhead Camnus, welcome back. Nice to see you again. Insurgency, welcome back as well. I didn't see you in there, but I see you now. All right, so what's next on my list here? KNC, what is that? Is something new. I've seen that on Salome. It's been hyped up big time. KNC, let's see what that's all about. What is that thing called? Network, that's right. This thing is being social media so hard. I've seen this on Salome. Let's see. Let's have a look at it. Looks like a 9% increase, almost 10% increase. 2% increase against Bitcoin. 4.2% increase against Ethereum. Must be a token if it's priced against Ethereum. It's probably one of those things that's not mineable. And this thing doesn't look pretty at all. This looks really bad. Since September, this is a chart since September of 2017 to now, and this chart does not look good at all. It's getting a little pop here as far as price, but if you look again at the orange line being Bitcoin, if you look at Bitcoin, it hasn't moved. It's barely moved. It's really barely moved. Yes, you made money, but again, I can't stress this enough. You would have made more money. You had an opportunity to make more money that was lost. So you might want to look for an exit on this one, because if Bitcoin's going to 10,000, and even if it dips, my long-term price is like 21,000, and people are saying 100,000 or 110,000, and they're looking at an exponential price increase. Okay, all right. I don't know how much of it is just being silly or just being sensational. If you've been watching my videos, I've actually kind of told you why I think it's 21,000, because I've done analysis on back in 2013 on current prices, and it seems like it matches up with 21,000 being a target price. But we have to get to 10,000 in order to get to 21,000. All right, let's have a look at Dash. Actually, I don't want to look at Dash, or, well, might as well just go ahead and look at Dash. It's gone down. It used to be on top of the list. It's down here now, but it used to be on top of the list here. It's dropped from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. it dropped down 8 places, mainly because it has gone down in price, or at least it's gone down in Bitcoin value because Bitcoin has gone up so much. So you're not able to extract the most amount of Bitcoins at that time. But oh, the dash real quick. All right, so here's dash. But in Bitcoin value, it's negative 7.75%. So you lost an opportunity. You lost 7% from yesterday, looks like, of getting more Bitcoin. So if you look at the chart, although the price is going higher, the Bitcoin value and what you're going to get looks like it's topping a little bit. The orange line being Bitcoin, you're just not going to get as much Bitcoin because the price of Bitcoin is going higher. It's going higher faster than it is than Dash is going up higher. So you should probably take an opportunity to get into an exit out of this, and try to get as much Bitcoin as you can. All right, so let's Populous also dropped down on the list. So yesterday was probably the best time to exit out of your Populous. PPT, PPT, Populous. Just taking a little bit longer. When you really look at these charts, I mean, the price against the U.S. dollar is impressive. They have gone up. You know, it looks good, it sounds good, but when you price it against Bitcoin, it's really not that impressive. It looks really bad. If it, you know, especially if you start in the beginning, you're either barely broken even, or you barely made it, or you've lost Bitcoin, which again equates to a lost opportunity to make even more money. So, all right, so that's Populous, and then Vertcoin. Although Vertcoin is up, but let's take a look here. It's a little bit lower on my list. Vertcoin. Recently, I've seen a lot of that in Salome, especially around when Bitcoin Gold was coming out. Up 5% today, but down 1.7% against Bitcoin. Well, wow, that chart says it all. Yeah, that chart says it all right there. Goodness, it's a nice pop against the U.S. dollar, but again, I believe the reason why it pops as far as U.S. dollar value is because when people buy into Vertcoin, right, they're giving up their Bitcoin. That Bitcoin goes into a pot on the exchange or exchanges, and you have to be a bag holder. In other words, you can't sell, and you're hoping that the price of Bitcoin goes up, because remember, these things are priced in Bitcoin. And so as long as you're a bag holder of these altcoins, you're going to the value of your altcoin is going to go up because it's backed by Bitcoin. So literally, these altcoins are nothing more than a fractional representation of Bitcoin. They're just derivatives. So that's kind of probably the reason why it's gone up, and maybe some people buy into them. So if people buy into your altcoin, by giving up their Bitcoin, and then on top of that, the Bitcoin price is going up, you're going to get large spikes, like what you're seeing here. The green is U.S. dollar, the orange is Bitcoin. But if you look at this chart, you've obviously lost an opportunity to make even more money with your Bitcoin. I hate this. I keep saying this over again, but what else can I say when I look and analyze this chart? That's, I'm just getting these same conclusions over and over again. The price of Bitcoin has gone up a little bit on the right hand side. You see right here, down here. So you're going to make out with a little bit more Bitcoin, but you would have made even more. I believe you would have made more by just having some Bitcoin. All right, let's see what else. What other coin here? We're almost done. We got Syscoin, Ethereum, and XMR. So let's check out those: Syscoin, Ethereum, and XMR. Okay, Syscoin has dropped down. It was on top of the list. Now it's a little bit on the bottom of the list. Although the price has gone up. So this still looks like a good. Um, the price of Syscoin has gone up in terms of Bitcoin. It's up 13% in US dollar, 5.29% in Bitcoin. So if you can figure out an exit strategy, try to get as much Bitcoin as you can. It's 3,700 Satoshis. So if you can make out good on that, make out good on it, because a lot of people are anticipating Bitcoin to be going up here. So what's after that? Ethereum, ETH. All right, let's take a look at ETH. Okay, ETH in US dollar has gone up, but as far as Bitcoin value, it's gone down by 1.79%. And yeah, you can start seeing this thing separating. And it's not because of whatever Ethereum is doing or not doing, it's because of what Bitcoin is doing. And Bitcoin's you have to admit, Bitcoin is mooning, or people call it mooning, but Bitcoin's just going, which looks like it's going parabolic. But when you move $500, $600 in one day, I mean, it's really like only 1% or 10%, whatever it is. But if you look at Ethereum, you could see the price, the green line going up, but the orange line going down. You don't want to see that. That's not good. That means you lost a tremendous amount of opportunity of making more money. Although I have to admit, Ethereum price has gone up since like a year ago. Like when did it start taking off? Let's see here. Okay, so if you didn't buy Ethereum at the beginning of the year, um, you're basically losing Bitcoin value after this point. Let me see. When was the peak? Right here. After June. So anytime after this summer, if you bought Bitcoin with your if you bought Ethereum with your Bitcoin, you've lost out. Now, if you bought Ethereum with your US dollars, you might be doing okay at this point. Uh, if you bought it in January, but it depends. If you bought it during the dips, you're probably doing good. And as long as you continue to put money into it, you'll like US dollars into Ethereum, you'll probably do good. And so, but the problem is, again, I think Ethereum has its uses. It brings probably new people who are not so hardcore about cryptography, and who are, you know, not such a Bitcoin maximus. It's opened up to a more wider audience. It does bring money into the ecosystem, but I think the smart people who understand what's really going on, what they're doing is eventually they're dumping on the newbies, and they're probably, my suspicion is they're probably getting into Bitcoin, and they're cashing out going through Bitcoin because again there's more liquidity outside the exchanges, allowing more, I guess, anonymous money being made is my guess. What's the last one? XMR. So XMR finally went down on my list. So it looks like they're maybe looks like they're peaking out of at least peaking off the Bitcoin value. Let me see, 2% going up, but 4.8% going down on Bitcoin. Let me see, how much are they? So 1.7 million Satoshis. So when I look at this chart, looks like they're starting to peak out on the Bitcoin value, not because of anything that Monero is doing wrong. Their price is performing against the US dollar. It's just that Bitcoin is going up much higher or much at a faster pace than Monero. And so again, opportunity cost that has been lost. Would have made more money. Would have. So anyways, that's that. Let me go back to this one more time. I think that's it. So this is today's update right now. I did about half an hour ago. Go ahead, check it out. The link's in the notes section. All right. So now let's go to, before that, let's go to a live watch. All right. Of course, I like this site, a live coin watch, because I like to see the weekly, see how the weekly is performing. And, despite what I say about other altcoins, against the US dollar, they're performing very, very well. Let's have a look at the weekly. So off with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still at $9,658, so still under $10,000. Let's see, weekly. So here's the weekly percentage increase. Most of them have increased. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has increased 21%. So last Sunday, if you bought Bitcoin last Sunday, you made a 21% increase in fiat value. Okay, fiat value. Ethereum, it's doing well for the week as well. 34% increase since last Sunday night. Bitcoin Cash has amazingly done pretty well. 46% since last Sunday. Ripple, not so much, only 5%. Bitcoin Gold, for some reason, it's going up. So Bitcoin Gold from last week, 143%. Litecoin, 28%. Ash, 43%. Neo, not so good. It's at a negative 5%. Monero, 28% increase. IOTA, not so good, negative 7%. Ethereum Classic, 23%. Let me get to the other larger increases. EOS, 26%. Cardano is kind of cooled down, it looks like, but 37% since last week, 7 days. Let's see some of the other ones. Stellar, 34%. Let me see here. Stratus, 31%. BitShares still going up, still up high from a week ago, 29, not 29, 49%. Ardor, 42% since last week. But again, remember, this is all against the US dollar. If this was priced out in Bitcoin, totally different story. Totally different story. I wish there was a listing platform that actually priced everything out in Bitcoin. That way we could see what the true value of the altcoin is and how much missed opportunities that you could have made, but you lost out on. Bitcoin is in here. Komodo is at 27. Bitcoin at 34. Augur 40%. Monocoin, I'm still amazed. Monocoin at 61% from a week ago. Golem at 49. If you look at all these coins, they've all gone up. Power Ledger 59%. 10x 22. Vertcoin 34%. Dogecoin, oh my goodness, Dogecoin. Even Dogecoin, 45%, a little bit down from yesterday, but still for a week, that's awesome. You don't get these increases in any kind of market other than cryptocurrencies. Let me see, what other higher ones? Okay, this, I don't know what this is. Exchange Union, I don't know why it's up, but it's up from a week ago, 162%. NXT is up 153%. That's been in the social media. That's being pumped on social media quite a bit. Syscoin, 77% from a week ago. Saya Coin, 43%. DigixDAO, 35%. Gosh, okay, Bitcoin Dark, 32% from a week ago. So as far as a week of cryptocurrency trading, it shouldn't be hard to make money. Everyone should have made money. I mean, there's very few red percentages on the 7-day on the week. So if you just bought any coin a week ago on this list, how many are there? Okay, 50. And any top 50 coin, not any, but most of, like 90% of the top 50 coin, if you bought a week ago, you would have made money. How hard could it be on an uptrending market? All right, so anyways, that's that. One more thing before I go to the Bitcoin chart analysis. Let's check out the social media volume. All right, it's loading up here. All right, thank you for everyone for sticking around. I know I do very long shows, but I guess you really like long shows. Oh, just stopped on me for some reason. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, well, hold on. Let's see some trending coins on social media. NXT, that makes sense. Price is up. Navcoin on Twitter. Electronium on Twitter. Golem on Twitter. Ardor, you're practically seeing the same tokens on social media. Saya Coin, if it sounds familiar, it's because it's gone up. Saya Coin on Twitter, that's up 34% for the week. Decred, that's not a surprise. Komodo on Twitter. Tethers, everyone wants to talk about Tethers. Tethers on Twitter as well. If you hear, if you're hearing a lot on Twitter and Reddit about Tether, that may be a bad sign. And when I do a chart analysis, I think there's about $100 difference between Bitstamp and Bitphoenix, and Bitphoenix is higher. That tells me people are they're dumping their tethers to get Bitcoin. And the last time, I don't know how many days ago, maybe it was a couple days, but it seemed like Bitphoenix was like really digging into their cold wallet to dish out a lot of Bitcoin. So I have a feeling that there's probably a lot of people pulling their Bitcoins out of Bitphoenix. That's what it seems like, and no one's really talking about it. I think another $20 million in tethers were created today. That's a lot of tethers just being created, most likely to buy Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum, maybe Litecoin, whatever they want out of Bitphoenix. So, all right, let's take a look in social volume here. Wow, Bitcoin's up 35%. That's a lot for Bitcoin, and its price is still $9,659. All right, so Ethereum only up 10%. Let's see here. Monero up 37%, and you know Monero's been up lately. Neo's up 34% for some reason. I have a feeling they're trying to do a little pump on Neo, probably coming up. Tether is being talked about quite a bit. 10x Pay up 49% on social media volume. Let's see some of the higher ones here. Decred up 63%. Navcoin, again, I'm seeing Navcoin a lot being talked about. It looks like the price is reflecting that. Look at that 34% increase. Next coin, NXT, for some reason, 226% and 48% increase in price. Look at that. But if you notice that some of these coins, that's even though they've gone up a lot in percentage, they're not on my list of shorts because I think they're still not at the peak amount in which to give you the most amount of Bitcoin. So take it for what it's worth. That may mean that Next and all these other coins that I haven't listed to short, they still have a lot of up potential. Lisk at 32% here. Bitcoin, don't know why, but 43% increase in social media volume. Komodo up 62% increase in social media volume. Siacoin up 73% increase social media volume. OX or Zero, I don't know what this is. OX coin, 50% increase. Golem up 100%. So basically their social index was 20 and now it's 40. Price has gone up. Look, all these prices mostly have gone up. Digibyte up 46% social media volume. Ardor 94%. What is this? Raycoin, RIC. I've never heard of this. Social media volume up 750%. This is ridiculous. Hey Olaf, how you doing? Good to see you. It's been a while. Okay, let's see what else here. Monaco up 43% and Civic up 50%. It's up 4.5%. And Electronium made it to the bottom of the list here, 127%. But their social volume is only 25. So I guess it was like what, 15 or 12? It was 12. Now it's 25. Up 11%. All right. Well, that's the top 49 on Solom, which is a social media analyzed and compared to price platform, which I think there's something to it because, you know, remember these coins don't produce anything, right? They don't produce a product or a service. What drives the price of these coins is social engineering. And so if you can make a meme, if you have Twitter account, if you have a Reddit account, if you can make a video, you have a Facebook, you can drive the price of these coins. And I think that's true. I think you can. Just tell people you buy it. Just tell people you're into it. Spread the news. And next thing you know, you'll have the price go up. It's very interesting. All right, so let's finally get into Bitcoin here. So, all right, so what's next here? Let's see. We should get into the mempool real quick. Let's see what it is on the weekend on Sunday night. early Monday morning. Okay, wow. All right. So it looks like the fees are going up like 5 to 10 satoshi. Looks like they've been going up the last 24 hours. That's the little red, the red here. This is this. I don't know what's going to happen to this blue area. That's been here for such a long time. I suspect it's probably because people who are spamming the network, they're never going to get their confirmations, and that prevents them from respending, or they could just keep respending to infinity and keep losing money. So, anyways, but it looks like 10 to 20 satoshis is probably where you want to be right now to get your confirmations into the blockchain. Let's see what it is pending per Bitcoin in fees here. Yeah, anything above 5 to 10 satoshis will probably get you into the next block. I wouldn't try to overpay too much. And this is what the mempool looks like in 1 meg, or the memory size. A lot of blue, a lot of blue. I don't know when that's ever going to go away. Okay, so let's take a look at that, and then let's take a look at the fee structures here. Yeah, you can see right here, a lot of it is in the mempool right here. It looks like it's just going to be here forever. And then you got your 10 to 20 satoshis right here. Looks like a lot of it's being processed around 140 satoshis. I think anything below 140 and above 20 satoshis per byte, you should be okay right now, as of right now anyway. It says here 160 satoshis per byte is the fastest and cheapest transaction fee, or 3,600 satoshis in your transaction, and that's for uh, one input, two outputs. But I think you can get away with less than that. You can probably be anywhere in the range of 30 to probably 130 satoshis, and it may just take a little bit longer. If you're in a little bit hurry, 160, yeah, it'll work. All right, let's go into let's have a look at the mempool right now. FUD machine, did you just buy 5,000 Next tokens? Goodness. Well, I hope you make a lot of money. I mean, I've seen Next on the social media volume. I've seen it consistently, and so far from what I could tell, checking it every day, every night, like I do here live with you guys, there seems to be a correlation between, social media and the price of a certain token. Okay, so we have 10,000 transactions in the mempool according to Trade Block, and looks like there's total size 8 megabytes in the size of the mempool. So very interesting. Slightly growing, but if you look at the weekly, it's oscillating. 10,000, almost 11,000 transactions in the mempool now. If I take a look at the fees here that people are actually paying, that's getting in the latest transaction, you're seeing like 20, 26, 157, 100, 127, 142. So they're not going over crazy. So the 1,000 satoshis per byte aren't happening. The 300 satoshis per byte, not happening too much. More in the 100, 150, 160 range, above 20 satoshis per byte. So depends on your time frame. All right, so let's go on to the chart analysis. Now let's see what the price is finally. Finally, we'll get to see what the price is. Okay, on Bitstamp, it's $9,535. I'm on the hourly here. Let me go to a weekly. The high was $9,597.80. That was its high. So we're very close to the all-time high. What concerns me the most is on Bitstamp. It's 95.35 on Bitphoenix right here. If you look at Bitphoenix, it's 96.41. Let's take a quick look at Bitphoenix because there's about $100 difference in price. Dual overhead camness. Oh, James Bond knows how to convince the ladies to pump. I do, and I have to tell you, they know how to pump it really well. Getting the ladies to pump is I guess you could say my forte. So if you look at Bitphoenix, it's like $100 more than Bitstamp. And when I see that, I see that's a little concerning to me because I know that's where the tethers are being made. And I believe that people are dumping their tethers and buying into Bitcoin or Litecoin or whatever coin they can get and getting out of that exchange. At least the ones that are, I think, that are smart enough to realize that there may be an issue with these tethers, possible issues with these tethers, maybe. But that doesn't dampen my optimism with the price of Bitcoin, because if it's true about Coinbase and if it's true about institutional investors coming in and they're buying, and the CME is coming online in which they can buy contracts to short. Now they're shorting to hedge against their longs. So these future contracts, they either just pay for them and they're just paying the fee to have them, and then they expire. So they don't really get any money. It costs them money to do that. But on the other hand, if they're buying Bitcoin and hedging their bets on the futures, essentially there's a lot of Bitcoins that are being bought up, and there's less supply in the overall ecosystem. So, logic would tell me that the price is going to go up. And so the difference of $100 between Bitphoenix and Bitstamp, it almost reminds me a lot about like how Mount Gox was kind of, that way as well. A lot of people try to arbitrage, but you couldn't really arbitrage because there was always like a difference in price. So, if you're trading, I guess it doesn't matter because I did trade on Mount Gox and arbitraging wasn't the issue because no matter what, the price was the price as you traded on one exchange and on the other. Essentially, it worked out to be even. If you're using Bitphoenix price to arbitrage against peer-to-peer, I guess that's possible. You can do that too. I've used Bitstamp or Bitphoenix price when it's higher. Technically, you can use any price, really, but for most people, they don't use Bitphoenix, they use Bitstamp. But as a buyer to the end user, you can definitely use a Bitphoenix price. Get an extra dollar premium, extra $100 or $150 premium, just because it's just an extra $100 on that exchange. So this is concerning. This is concerning. I'm seeing a lot of symptoms of Mt. Gox here with Bitphoenix. Hopefully this could be rectified soon, which I don't think it will. But again, they can do this forever. They can do this for a long time, another year and a half. Mt. Gox was doing that well since it started. So it took like Mt. Gox about 3 years, right before it finally collapsed. So, anyways, let's go back to. Let me hold on before I do that. Let me go back to Bitphoenix. What was the high on Bitphoenix? It was $9,725.60, and then Bitstamp high. The Bitstamp high is $9,597.80. So yeah, big difference, about $200 difference. All right, so let's do a chart analysis here real quick. All right, going back to 2013, making my very long-term trend line, and change my settings here a little bit to do a logarithmic chart. All right, let's do a logarithmic chart. Let's change the settings. This is what I was talking about here. So there's linear. If you look at the scale, there's linear, rhythmic. If I change it to logarithmic, look how different this chart looks. What the hell just happened to my line? All right, this is the line right here. Line. That was my line, right? This is the logarithmic chart. This is what the logarithmic chart looks like. Does this make any sense? But if you look at it, I mean, you can see that it's moving right here to here. This is $2.25. This is 9,500. This is the all-time high right here. Look at that line. That line makes no sense whatsoever. Let's see if I change this and I do that. Nope. They must be going on a bottom line. Okay. So I made this bottom line, and basically what they did is I can't copy this line because this is Bitcoin wisdom. But I'm assuming if I was able to copy this line right here and just move it right here and make a line like from here to here, that's what they're getting. That's what they're using. It's probably because it's exponential. It's probably going and showing like 100,000. 100,000 is like up here somewhere. And if you look at what the logarithmic chart did to my line on the linear chart, look what it did. It literally just bent this thing like crazy. So take it for what it's worth on that. I mean, looking at it, a logarithmic chart. I don't look at charts logarithmically, and I don't even know what the hell that means. I might have to do some research into it. But considering what it did to my linear line, look what it did to my, it just bent that thing. So is this really an accurate view of a chart? I don't think so. And so let's see what happens if I revert back to a linear. Okay, so here's my linear chart, and look what it did to this line. It just, all it did was it curved it up. So I took this line and it curved it up. And I'm taking this line and it just made it straight. When I turn it into a logarithmic chart, it literally just bent it down. So don't know why I would use logarithmic chart. I don't think a lot of traders use logarithmic charts anyway. Yeah, I might have to do some research into it, but I've never used a logarithmic chart. I've always used just linear charts. And I think most traders use linear charts. So let's take a look here. Let me zoom in on the hour, or let me zoom in first and make some lines. I'm not going to draw a top line. There's no point in drawing a top line, in my opinion. I just don't know where this thing is going to go. That's about all I'm going to do. Now I'm going to go into an hour. I think there was, let's see. Man, there's nothing to look at. The thing's just moving up. Even on the hourly, there's really nothing to look at you can do on this. There's no way you can analyze this. It's all like all-time high going up. But if you look at it, it's following that, it's following the simple moving average here. And as long as the price stays above the simple moving average, or the body of the price stays above the simple moving average, it's probably just going to continue to go up. Wow. And here's the 12 hours. So literally the price is moving at that pace of $600 a day. It looks like it's literally moving about $600 a day, somewhere around there, $500 a day. At this pace by tomorrow, this price could be at 10,000 on Bitstamp. Look at that. The price is on the 12-hour. It is getting way ahead of itself, but it doesn't mean anything. As long as the price keeps going up, this moving average will keep trailing, and we'll start. We'll keep trailing and just move to the bottom of this candlestick. As long as the price just keeps pushing up higher, the moving average that trails it will just keep trailing to the bottom of this candlestick and bottom of the next candlestick, as long as the price keeps moving up higher. Let me see here. This is on the 12-hour. Let's go on the 1 day. Let's see. Let's do. Wow. Yeah. This looks like on the daily, the price is literally moving about five to $600 a day, and probably by today, it's already into next day. My clock shows that it's 1:20. The price will probably continue to keep going up. Let me see the 3-day. Okay, the 3-day. What you see that the gap that used to be right here, the small little gap that kind of used to be right here, that's gone. The moving average moved up higher, and because it moved up higher, it filled in that little gap spot. And now there's a slight little gap here, but I have a feeling when it makes a next candlestick, if the price keeps moving up higher, the moving average will probably touch the bottom of this candlestick, or at least the bottom of that wick, and it'll look like it's just following this line, this moving average. Oh, Olaf, that's a bad bet. I wouldn't do that. I mean, the price is going to go to 10,000. You might as well just go ahead and just get naked and go streaking right now. And okay, you see this? This used to be a larger gap right here. Well, again, if the next candlestick makes a higher, if it just keeps going up, this moving average is going to keep moving to the point where it pretty much touches the bottom of this candlestick, and the next candlestick keeps going up. The moving average is going to touch the bottom of this candlestick, which when you look at it, hindsight 2020, it looks like, it'll look like something like this, where it looks obvious that the price is just riding the moving average, and you should have just bought all this time. Like everything about this chart, 2020 hindsight, to buy as much Bitcoin as you can. But the problem is, right now, as it's live and it's moving, you don't know that. Even though it's a huge gap right here, it doesn't. You have to wait for confirmation, which is usually about 3 candlesticks. So that's the problem with looking at this. But in order for this price, if this price continues to go up, the moving average will move higher, and it will start touching the bottom of these candlesticks, and then it'll look like, when you look at hindsight, it'll look like, oh, I should have bought. It made sense. I should have just bought when it hit or gets close to the moving average, but it never does. In reality, it never really does. It only does that after the fact, usually after 3 candlesticks, especially if the price moves up higher, really high, really fast as well. You won't notice that until, again, hindsight 2020. But so far, it looks like it's. I mean, it's on pace. It is on pace to go to 10,000, and so it's been averaging for the week about $1,000. So the average weekly movement from last week, it moved $1,000. If it keeps up with that weekly pace, you're probably going to see like 10,000 and something, like maybe, $10,500, $10,200. So that's if it keeps pace with the weekly average, or at least last week's price movement. So anyways, there you go. I'll take out all these lines, and there you go. We're almost there. We're probably halfway, just a little bit over, just under halfway between my long-term target price of 21,000, and right now we're literally knocking on the door of 10,000 on Bitstamp anyway. And I'm going to use Bitstamp because I think Bitstamp's probably the only exchange that is really taking actual dollars. And so they actually have the money to back up their exchange. I'm not sure about Bitphoenix. The fact that Bitphoenix is now like $150 difference in price, that's not good. I'm seeing like Mt. Gox all over again. It's just, I don't want to spread FUD, but looking at the price difference between the two, there's something going on. They should be close, maybe 10, maybe 5, maybe $20 at most spread. but 150, that's too much. That's too much for my opinion. So, all right, let me go. Oh, hold on, there's 12 more news stories here. Let's see what they are. Let me see. What does it say? Oh, nothing. Nothing important. Well, it says here update Asian markets. Asian market update Monday. Bitcoin shoots for 10,000. Asian stocks negative territory. Okay, well, it didn't really shoot. It's shooting for 10,000. Nothing really happened. Bitcoin heads for 10,000 as cryptocurrency mania intensifies. This is livemint.com. Okay. Uh, wow, there's a lot of references to 10,000. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit 10,000. There's just too much social media out there referencing 10,000. Bitcoin guns for 10,000 as cryptocurrency mania intensifies. Bitcoin heads for 10,000 mark as cryptocurrency intensifies. I'm seeing that 3 different times right now, and that's all within the hour on this news feed. Wow. All right, so I'm going to conclude this episode here. I hope all of you enjoyed it. Let's see who's all still in the live chat here. Olaf Hosky, welcome. I'm glad you made it. Um, Dual overhead camness, welcome back. You missed a day, so good to have you back. Q Burrow, I'll definitely do some research, but good to have you in the chat. And M Rocky, thanks for showing up. I know you're usually at work. Thank you for being in the chat there. 21 Million Club, as always. FUD Machine, hopefully you do good on your altcoin trading. And I didn't see Mr. Hodl in here, but Mr. Hodl, thanks for coming in. Or Hodl, I should say. Beauty Bubble, thanks for coming in. Patrick, as well. DD8209. Igor Goldobin. Free Skillshare Media. Carlos, thanks for stopping by. And Marty, as always. And Brian. And Andre Barnwell, thanks for all coming in. Appreciate all of you. So this is going to conclude my episode here. Feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment after the live stream, or even do a video response. Until next time, everyone, stay tuned. Bye now.